Welcome everyone to Hamtaro Hammams Unite. Before we start, I want to close off the naming incentive for Hamtaro. Because about 10 seconds into the game I'll get asked for the name, so I'd rather have it here. So I can spell it properly.
Alright, it's a Dum Dum. That's D-U-M-D-U-M.
Capital letters?
Both the D's are capitalized.
Dum Dum, okay. Well, then without further ado, let's start. So in 3, 2, 1, go. So, Hamtaro Hammams Unite. It's an adorable RPG. So let me first spell the name. Dum Dum. Oh, it has special characters as well. So there we go. Okay, let's go. So the boss, or the leader of the clubhouse, wants us to collect all her ham pals because he has something to show us. And he's talking about Hamchat, which is the latest rage. And Hamchat are hamsterized words. So like they say hello through hamha, and for digging they say the word dick dick and all that kind of stuff. And oh, little bit of a restart. Sure.
Alright, sorry about that. It's actually coffee. With a K.
The Dutch spelling?
K-O-F-F-I-E.
Capital K.
Yeah.
Okay, then let's start again real quick. In 3, 2, 1, go. So, once again, Hamtaro Hammams Unite, an adorable RPG. Let me spell this real quick. This time only one capital letter, so that should go down a little bit faster. So, in this game, we're tasked by the leader of a clubhouse, this hamster named Boss, to collect our ham pals, because he has something to show us. But he's also talking about Hamchats, the latest rage, which are hamsterized words, which we will learn quite a few throughout the game. So the first thing in this game is that we get a little tutorial on these Hamchats. Well, the first 4 are really an easy example, like we learned a Hamchat word for hello, which is hamha. We learn to pick up stuff by sniffing it, so which is hif hif, with an F, I should say. To tackle things using TechU, and to dig things using dig dig. I hear someone laughing, and I know exactly the reason why, unfortunately. The most difficult part in this tutorial is to select the right option, because you need to menu and select the right words. In this game, when you press A when talking to certain hamsters or objects, you can select certain Hamchat words to do certain actions. Like hiffing to pick things up, or dig to dig. But if you learn advanced words, you can say yes, no, or say please, and all that kind of all those kinds of words. Here we're digging for sunflower seeds, which are the sort of currency in this game. So you can buy stuff by using sunflower seeds. We'll be picking up a specific amount of sunflower seeds in order to enable the stuff we need to buy throughout the run. Well, we get Boss taught us the first 4 words, and then he adds another bunch of words to our dictionaries to use for us at a later stage. There are some really interesting words in there, like yep for yes and nope for no. He gives us a little tour about the clubhouse, for example, the rooms, all the rooms of our hamster friends, and the a map where you can see which hamsters are where, and the exit of the clubhouse, so we can go to different areas to collect our hamster friends. So the first place we'll visit is the Acorn Shrine. And we'll be collecting a few acorns here in this area. And the reason we pick up acorns is to trade them for sunflower seeds, because they're important for our money route. And here we tackle a tree to get an acorn. And the nasty thing about picking up these acorns is that it's slow, because you get the animation of your screen, seeing the acorn being added to it. And that takes quite a bit. So here's the first hamster we will pick up in a few minutes, which is Bijou. Bijou is a girl hamster. She has a little bit of a crush on Hamtaro, or I should say Coffee, our main protagonist here. In the first few screens of the acorn shrine, you'll see me collecting a few acorns. And that gets us well, the majority of the sunflower seeds that we need throughout this run. I'll be picking up slightly more during this run, because there's one point where I can mess up and need extra sunflower seeds if I do mess up. Some sunflower seeds are not worth it to pick up. For example, there's one on the road right there, but that one is a low amount, so it's pretty slow to go for that one. Yeah, we learn specific words throughout runs to enable us to progress the game further. For example, we learned the ham chat word for cute from that hamster, and we'll learn this word for sorry, oopsie, from this hamster here. Yeah, each time you get a ham chat, the dictionary screen opens and you see the animation again. Sometimes you also have hazards like those banana peels, and if you walk on the banana peels, you slide off of them, which is a long animation, so you kind of want to be careful with your movement to not run into those. This hamster trades acorns for sunflower seeds. He gives you 20 sunflower seeds for each acorn, which is so we can get a total of 60 sunflower seeds from him. The only reason why this is still a somewhat bothersome way of getting them is because you have to go leave and re-enter the screen to get all 60 seeds from him. Because you can only exchange one acorn at a time. And then you can see the animation of one acorn getting deducted and 20 seeds getting added to your total. So this is the slow part of the run. After that, it'll speed up considerably. Luckily. Because after this, we'll be collecting Bijou, our first friend. And yeah, after this, we have 70 seeds, and we'll be picking up 85 seeds total. That's roughly what we need. You can even go get by with 80 seeds, but that leaves little room for error. And this game is mostly about knowing where to go, who to talk to, and there is a minigame which requires a specific execution pattern. And that's where things can go wrong, and that's why I'll be picking up a few extra seeds just to be safe. Well, we'll be chasing Bijou further, but she's fortunately running into a dead end and playing a little bit of a hide and seek behind the tree, so we scare her to get her from behind the tree. But as a result, she drops her precious little shiny rock, and it's got stuck in the bushes here, so we'll pick it up here. Apologize to her, and then she'll go with us to the clubhouse. Each time you pick up a ham, you also learn the ham chat. I get this adorable animation for picking up hamsters. You'll see the first one coming up real soon. Coming up right here. Because they'll do this thing. Adorable. Each time we collect for the first few hams we collect, each time we collect them, some new areas and new words get unlocked. And we have a total of 12 hams to find. And we got our first one. The second one is luckily relatively fast, because he's also in Acorn Shrine. We only need to collect one extra word, and then we can go collect Maxwell, our second hamster. Maxwell is a bit of a bookish hamster. He really likes to read books. But we need a specific word to get him to go with us to the clubhouse. And we get that word by playing on the railing here and dropping down because we're a bit clumsy. We get the word for no problem. No P blue. You see that the Hamchat dictionary is 85 words total. We'll be collecting about 43 of them throughout the run. And I'll be picking up extra sunflowers from this pot. 5 extra. That gives me a little bit of added safety. And finally, to complete my... to complete my sunflower route, seed route, I'll pick up these 10 here. And then we have 85 total. So I won't have to collect any more sunflower seeds from now on. Hopefully. To collect Maxwell, well, Maxwell is on top of this building. But we first need to see to get to talk to him. And actually, he's up there. You see his shadow there. And you say hello to him, but he accidentally falls through the hole we created. He's a bit embarrassed to fall down like that. So we try to cheer him up by saying that's no problem. But by doing that, we make a little bit of a fool of ourselves. And that cheers up Maxwell, and he'll happily join us back to the club house. As this game is quite text intensive, as you can see, the way we do text in this game, we hold down the B button and mash the A. Holding down the B button makes the text appear on screen really fast, and A advances the text boxes. So with Maxwell, we're, we have 2 out of 12. And yeah, navigating out of these ham rooms you can mess it up sometimes. If you're a bit confused of where in the game you are. But it's doable. That hamster you're seeing there is Oxnard. He's a hamster who really likes sunflower seeds. But he lost his favorite sunflower seeds. And... well, we need a certain word to collect him, which is the word we'll learn from this hamster. The word for give up, because, well, you may have guessed Oxnard lost his favorite sunflower seeds, and we tell him to give up, and that sets the course for him finding the seed and joining us to the clubhouse. And yeah, cheering him up. But before we can use that word, we actually need to check one of the digging spots here. And then after that, we can tell the word for give up. He's getting really upset, throwing a tantrum, and in the course, he finds out that he was sitting on top of the seed all along. As you can see. So he's really glad he found a seat, and he will happily join us back to the clubhouse. Hey, yeah, all of these animations are adorable. But yeah, we've collected 3 hams already, so it's going really well, except that I took a wrong turn. It can happen, especially if you're mashing text, that you overmesh and open the Hamchat menu again. That's the thing you need to be most careful for in this run. So we collected a few hams, and Boss actually gives us some more Hamchat works to work with. One's for pulling and tugging things, which will get necessary soon. Each area has 2 hamsters, as you may have noticed, and we'll be collecting the second hamster in this area soon. But once again, we need another word. We need another word, and that word is also to set up for a later hamster. Oh, I selected the wrong ham chat. This hamster is looking for cricket friends, and the cricket likes cucumbers. And we use Kuchiku, the word for cute we picked up in the Acorn Shrine, in order to get the word for friend, for which is Hamo. We'll use Hamo to pick up a later hamster. Which will be actually right after we'll pick up our next one. The hamster right after this one is really one of my favorites because she's so adorable. But the first one we're gonna collect is Pashmina. Pashmina is a really stylish girl hamster. She's wearing a scarf. But well, you'll see. First, you need to go through this this climbing maze, and you turn at every bar of the ladder you'll encounter. But it's really easy once you know where to go. Unfortunately, your scarf gets blown away by the wind. So we'll climb a different pole here, and we get to a crow, and that crow actually picked up the scarf. But if you use gasp on this crow, he lets go of the scarf because it makes him laugh. And then you ask what the hamster word for pal is, and you can select hamo, but that requires 2 inputs, so it's faster to mash A and select Gope, which is one of the first words boss gives you, and it literally means toilet. Because yeah, obviously the hamster word for friend is toilet. Let's be really honest here. We're a bit mean, maybe. But at least we got Pashmina's scarf back, and she's really happy. And will join us back to the clubhouse. And that already means we're through 1/3 of the hamsters. After the next 2 hamsters, it goes considerably faster, because then we'll have 2 instances where we pick up 2 hamsters at the same time. And that means that the game roughly takes 50 minutes on the English version. Maybe maybe a little bit less if I'm performing things correctly. So next up, we're done with Acre Shrine, we're done with Sunshine Park, but now we're going to the ruins. And at the ruins, 2 hamsters were located. Cappy, the cap-wearing hamster, and Penelope. Penelope is a very young hamster, and the only thing she says is "oq, oq." She's really adorable. But Cappy is lost her, and he's looking for her. And we agreed to help him look. We split up looking, and we'll be looking above the clock. And a little bit of spoiler, but that Penelope is actually right there above the cuckoo's clock. At the cuckoo clock, you'll see more prominently when we start the search for Cappy again. First, let's collect Penelope. And Penelope here is playing with a frog. Really adorable. So we'll first pull the plug on this bath. And then we'll go upstairs to go collect Penelope. This frog is looking over her because she seemed a little bit lost. But we say we're friends, and she agrees, and then the frog hands her back to us, and we go to the clubhouse. And yeah, Penelope, really adorable. The animations are really, really cute. The little fun fact about this game was released in 2001. It's in Europe, it's the last game released for the Game Boy Color. So it's the newest, it's the latest Game Boy Color game in Europe, surprisingly. Pashmina acts as a little bit of an older sister to Penelope. We'll learn another word here. And then Penelope gets to jumping on the bed. So now now we're gonna collect Cappy in the ruins, but we will need a little bit of preparation before that, because we'll be setting up quite a few ham chat words we'll need for a couple of hamsters here. Yeah, we're tackling into this TV, and a couple of sinks will drop down all of a sudden, each increasing in size. Third one is a really big sink. And he's wondering if there will be one more. We'll be tackling the TV one more time, but first we're going to talk to our good friend Froggy here. And he teaches us how to smell, how to forecast the weather. And he teaches us that in order to smell to know what the weather will be, we'll just smell the moisture in the air. I can see that text. And because we can smell the weather in the air, we get the frog badge. But first, before we go, I keep forgetting this in runs. We'll tackle the TV one more time, and this time a sink does not drop on our side, but on the other side on this old hamster here. Poor guy. He was just sitting there, being annoyed. And now he felt really uncool about having a sink dropped on top of his head. So, audience, I want to hear your opinion. Do you guys like the Bolero? Cause, well, then you're gonna hear it very soon. Cause this hamster is dancing to the Bolero, and it's really sounding very interesting through the Game Boy Color, with its 8 to 16 bits. And she, well, we think her dance is cute, and in return she teaches us another Hamchat word for ta-da. Bit of a weird animation, but hey. we need ta-da to pick up Cappy later. She goes away. And then we'll continue. Fun fact, you can ask her to do the Bolero a few more times, and then she gets annoyed and gives us the Hum Jam song for the Bolero. In this game, you can make up sort of dances using Hamchat words to melodies. Through songs you can collect throughout the game. And one of those songs is the Bolero. This hamster is a really scaredy cat, and he's blocking actually the way where we need to go. So we need to go all the way around to get into the place where Cappy's at. Well, this hamster we need to talk to in order to activate our elevator ride you see on top of the screen. Yeah, this is for all of these sunflower seeds that we need throughout the route are routed out quite precisely. At the very least, I know a few backup spots in case things do go wrong with the sunflower seed route, but it shouldn't be anymore at this point. We'll be a little bit mean to this ham by tackling him, and he falls down. Really sad. We're meanies. Yeah, the hamster dislikes that, and Coffee here really feels bad about that. So, in order to progress, let's put our weather forecast skill to the task, because his mother and her two little kids are picnicking here, and they want to know the weather. Well, we'll smell the moisture in the air, and we sense that rain clouds are approaching. Well, we say that the weather will not be very good. She smells as well and notices that rain is approaching. She really does want her picnic to get soaked. And, well, the reason we tell them this is because they need to be gone, because they actually were picnicking on top of the place where I need to go. And this area blocked by the hamster is a minigame, area where you a sort of bowling alley. And the bowling minigame it takes 3 sun seeds per play. I guess it's the reason why my money route can go wrong is because if I fail the minigame, you need to do it again, and that costs you 3 more sunflower seeds. So I don't have not too much leeway, but enough. Luckily, if this minigame always takes the same pattern, so if you execute it properly, you always get the score needed to get the Shogun Wick and get Cappy to go with you. Shogun Wick being one of the prizes. First middle, then third, and then the first, and we got it. First try, with no sweat. We got the Shogun Wick, and now we can collect Cappy. We don't want to play again. That would be a waste of sunflower seeds. And we show the Shogun Wick to Cappy. He's really happy with that. And he'll join us back to the clubhouse. And that gets us to 6 of our hamster friends. That means that we're halfway through collecting hamsters. And this is by far one of the longest segments in the game, so it's really glad that we got past this without too much trouble. It's not really a difficult speed game to learn. You just need to know where to go and what to collect. And that's quite easy. So next destination is Sunflower Market. A Sunflower Market is a supermarket. And in this supermarket, Howdy and Dexter are currently fighting. Howdy and Dexter have a little bit of a rivalry because they're both in love with Pashmina, the hamster with scarf. And they want to find the best gift to her, so they make it into a competition. Dexter is a bit of a nerd, the hamster on the right with the bow tie and the glasses. Howdy is the other hamster. He's more of a market salesman, but he also makes a lot of puns, so Howdy is kind of my spirit animal. We have this hamster here making random headlines about things happening in the supermarket. The movement I'm doing here is very specific, because you don't want to run on the ice here, or you'll get an animation where you'll slip and fall, which is slow. So hamster Dexter here is sculpting an ice sculpture of Pashmina. But he's in a severe rivalry with Howdy, and he wants us to go spy on him. So we'll go do that. We'll go see what Howdy's up to. In this specific area, you can go 2 ways. You can go to Howdy first, and you can go to Dexter first. And depending on what you do, something different will happen in this scenario. That's a bargain sales hamster who's really ripping you off by charging way too much for his products. But depending on if you talk to Howdy or Dexter first, you get a different scenario. The Howdy here is looking in a cash register for a good coin to give to Pashmina. But he doesn't want to play, and yeah, the Mingli animation is the greatest. Like the... I mean, If only Bob Mason Mark was here to see this. Shoutouts to him. And Howdy's not too happy that we're spying on him, so he asked us to go check on the Dexter instead. But unfortunately, Dexter is getting into trouble, as the report to Hamster is telling us. If you go to Howdy first, and then after which you'll check on Dexter, then you get reported that Howdy's into trouble. So in the other scenario, Howdy gets stuck in the cash register. In this scenario, however, Dexter gets frozen in the freezer. And the only two ways to solve both those scenarios are solved by this hamster here. He's really a scam. Selling the heat patch or the stripe sticker for 9,999 hamster seeds. And I need to be careful here not to select Flugo, because Flugo is cold medicine and I do have enough seeds to purchase them. But my sunflower seed route does not allow that, and I messed up. I messed up slightly. I forgot to get back to Howdy to get him to go to Dexter as well, so that's a little bit of time loss. It's not too terrible, but quite a track back, unfortunately. And I took the wrong route, so I have to go through this text again, unfortunately. It is faster, however, to select the yes option here. Otherwise, he'll go begging you to buy something, which is a lot slower in animation. So let's quickly fix my mistake. Because you need to say to Howdy that something's wrong with Dexter, and he goes, he'll help you. In that sense, he does care. Which is heartwarming almost. He does tell us to leave the coin over there, which is a 100 yen coin from the looks of it. This game is originally from Japan, so it's probably yens on the coins. We don't pay attention to Hamswap. We'll get to him soon. Relatively soon. First, Howdy needs us to send us with an assignment, because Howdy, well, he tries to thaw out. He's thinking of ways to get Dexter to thaw out of the ice. Well, we give him the first ID at the very least to use his teeth. But as Howdy will soon find out, his teeth will not actually be up for the job. Because it's not enough to get him to get Dexter out. So Howdy thinks of a way of the heat patch the vendor was selling. But the vendor is selling it for 9,999 seeds. You can't even get that many seeds in this game, so it's literally the game says it's impossible for you to get. So Howdy Howdy surmises that, well, if we can get him to sell it for something less, then it would be really cool. You notice us walking past the reporter Ham. She seems upset. Well, that's because she lost her bag. And she lost it right over here. So we're gonna collect it for her. And she'll help us out. And yes, we bounce off the rubber of the bicycle tire. That's the logic, I think. And we get the bag with all the scoops and headlines. Let's get it back to the reporter Ham. And as a thank you, she gave us some dirt on the hamster salesman. And Howdy will use it to pressure him into selling the heat patch for less sunflower seeds. But first, let's get back to Howdy. And this is the point where I always get 35 ham chats, so I haven't skipped any needed ham chats in my routes, so that's good. So, a lot of text, but this area is done soon. Because luckily, if once we complete this, we'll get both Howdy and Dexter. So we get 2 hams for the price of 1, sort of. Which is a good discount at the supermarket now that I think about it. we'll get there. And Howdy will pressure the hamster salesman, and he will sell it for 10 sunflower seeds afterwards. So that's about a, well, 10,000 compared to 10. That's about 900. That's about a 99.9% discount or something. And Howdy would have been a really pro here if he would buy the heat patch, but unfortunately we have to buy it. So here we go. Careful to select the right option here. Otherwise, well, with the Flugo at 2 seats, I can my route does still allow that, but it is really slow to select the wrong option here. Let's put it that way. So now we get the heat patch. We can thaw out Dexter and get Dexter and Howdy to go back to the clubhouse. This won't be the last time we'll see the hamster salesman. We'll see him one more time in this run, which will be in the next area, coincidentally. First, let's collect these 2 hamsters. Well, they'll make peace over this experience, cause well, they've been through a lot. They're rivals, but they're also friends, since they're part of the same club. So we'll get 2 pickup animations here. I do like the one from Dexter the best. You'll see soon. The one from Dexter looks really looks really cool, because he has this sort of bow tie, and he's just flexing his bow tie in the jump. Yeah, back in the clubhouse, Howdy sees that Dexter has a much better poster from Pashmina on his room, and he kind of wants to get it from the Dexter, and then they'll have a look, go into a little bit of a fight again. Well, they're still rivals. Long way to go before they're acting nice to one another. As they're rivals, or Hamspar as it's called. Yeah, this is movement that is mandated by the game. Can't really skip it. But here, let's be on our way to collect the remaining 4 hamsters, because we got 4 more to go, and 2 of them are at this school. We talk to this dog, we'll bully the dog, and we get told off for it. But you need to go through this, otherwise you can't get past the dog. Really, game forces you to interact here. Hey, yeah, this is cool. And up these lockers, there's another ham salesman. But we first need to progress a little bit of the events here in the school area before we can get the items. This hamster here has a little bit of a stomachache, and she requires the flower tea, which we can pick up somewhere else in the school. But we first need to have something to put the tea in, and in order to do so, we also need a ham chat word. This hamster gives us the word huff puff, which basically means to carry. Cool. Yeah, each ham chat has a really cool animation. They really did a good job in the design of this game. There are also a couple more Hamtaro games. Both quite a few of them for the Game Boy Advance, actually. You have Hamam Heartbreak, which is like this game, a game where you collect ham chats and go around solving stuff. But you also have Rainbow Rescue, which also has an RPG story, but has a lot more minigames to it. Well, from this hamster salesman we buy this bottle, but this bottle comes with a hole in it, so we can't use it to carry anything. We first need to have this bottle repaired. But before all of that, we're going to collect a few more words and then collect another ham first, actually. But first we need to go upstairs and do what we all did, all wanted to do at the start of the 2000s, namely to go play on a computer. I know, right? And we also need the wishy word here to collect a few more items we need for the run. Yeah. So first we need to turn on this computer, and for that we use the sticky ham chat. Then we go surf on the internet. Yeah, this is a really modern old game. Because we need the word for love, or smoochie as it's called here. They were really creative to think of 85 ham chat words. I can tell that much. So let's collect the first of the two hamsters here. And the first of the two hamsters is a handyman, and he's called Panda. Mainly due to his pattern. And Panda will join us immediately, but the reason we pick up Panda first is Panda can actually fix our bottle. Well, Panda will accompany us to the clubhouse, but what we can do here, we can immediately ask him to fix our bottle, and he'll take us back to the school again to fix the bottle there, and we can continue from there. So that's relatively fast getting back into the school. And we need a fixed bottle anyway to get the other hamster in this area. And I mean, Panda has a good point. We all feel wah-wah sometimes. Frantic. So bottle is fixed, we can collect some tea, and I'm really surprised that they're making bottles in hamster size. Imagine that, buying a drinking bottle for your pet, or for your hamster, for that matter. So we'll go upstairs. There's this tea shop, which, well, I would like to say sells tea, but he gives it to us for free. Doesn't charge anything. And the bottle, yeah, it costs 50 sunflower seeds. So that bottle is actually the main reason why we need so many seeds in this run. Luckily, we can collect the seeds rather quickly through the acorns at the start of the run. So with the fixed bottle and the tea inside it, we can collect our 10th hamster friend. And in that room with the hamster with the stomachache, you already heard some different music. And that's because our next hamster is a bit of a musician, and his name is Jingle. Not Jangle, Jingle. Although Jingle looks a bit like a rocker, so he might jingle up a storm. Who knows? Sunflower tea. And the hamster needs some time to get back to its feet. And now we can continue up here and climb through the window, where Jingle is located, playing some songs. And Jingle has a bit of a writer's block. He wants to write new songs, So we give him some words to work with. He doesn't know what to write a song about, and well, most songs are written about, well, word we learned on the internet, which I didn't select here, which is the word love. Because let's face it, the love songs always work. And, well, Jingle's really happy that we helped him and he'll join us back to the clubhouse. So 2 more hamsters to go. Luckily, the last 2 hamsters are collected in one go, because they're twins, actually. And they're in the same area. The last 2 hamsters are Stan and Sandy. Stan plays the sambas, and Sandy is a... oh, whoops. My bad. Accidentally selected L and R. Sandy is a rhythmic gymnast, so she's twirling around with the rope. You'll see once we get to the animation. And this monkey is really hungry, and this is why we picked up the banana inside the school. In order to get up to the Sky Garden, which is on the rooftop of this house here, we need to go through the cutscenes involving this monkey, which includes giving him the banana, slipping on that peel, and trying to climb up through this pipe, and that opens up the other entrance to the roof. We also need to collect one other Hamchat word down here. Whoops. Don't run into the cat. Because the cat gives us the weird eye. And we do need this word to get yet another Hamchat word in order to complete the quest chain here. Oh, we're getting rather relatively close to the end. Yeah, overmeshing A is a thing. Can easily happen. We're getting there. And here we see Stan already. Stan is a bit of a flirt. He's flirting around with all the female hamsters. Of which of them, a lot of them are located on this roof. And Sandy is stranded on an island in the middle here. If you enter the screen Stan is going into, then he exits to the next screen. So we don't want to cause that. We don't want that to happen. So therefore we'll walk around, and we need a few words here and set up a few things in order to collect Stan really quickly in the end. I do need Spiffy. This last area is a bit of a fetch quest in terms of Hamchats. We should get a Hamchat to get another Hamchat to progress the story the right way. We do need to slip on this peel to get the right options on this hamster here. We say that this hamster looks very spiffy, and she gives us the word for teamwork. And we do need teamwork here to collect Stan. Because we'll be collecting Sandy first, actually. But in order to get to Sandy, you need to cross a bridge. But the current is currently too strong. So what we need to do, we need to disable the fountain. And the fountain switch is located behind the bar. And you need to pull the plug. It's really a long quest. It's tougher to explain than to show. And this, by using those chat options, this hamster asks us to collect strawberry juice. And by collecting strawberry juice, this hamster will leave the bar. And we can go collect the plug. So let's pull the plug on the fountain and get Sandy. And after that, it's really relatively close to the end of the game. So yeah, Stan progresses through the next screen. And a little spoiler, we wanted to collect him on, want to collect Stan on the previous screen, but first we need to collect Sandy. We tell her how we got here. And then we tell her we're still looking for Stan and she's gonna help us. Because Stan is fooling around again. Like she shows in this amazing hum chat word. Problem is, every time Stan passes that bottom screen where Sandy is supposed to be waiting, Sandy is coming from somewhere else. Unless you talk to Sandy and tell her to team up. And then she'll remain stationary, and then you can chase Stan in her direction, basically. And that's why we set up Stan in the specific way, because he's now on the bottom left screen of this terrace. So the only thing we need to do now is walk around and chase him to Sandy, and we're done collecting Stan. After that, it's about slightly less than a minute until time. So yeah, we're really close to the end of the run. Oops. And here we collect Stan, so I want to ask Tech to be ready on time. He is ready, so yeah. Stan will join us, and we'll see what boss wanted us to all be in the clubhouse for. Because boss has something cool to show us. Which we'll find out soon after Sandy tells Stan not to flirt, try to flirt with the hamsters in the clubhouse. Because boss has finished his new project. I remember that I was talking about Ham Jam, dancing hamsters. Well, he finished the new dance hall. Oh. Yeah, this theme is amazing. So, time is as soon as I hit the credits, which is right about now. Not bad, not bad. Given that I made a bit of a mistake, this is not bad. This is about a minute slower than my PB. Yeah, this is Hamams Unite. Any percent gets to the first credits. You get another sets of credits if you collect the stars in the bonus quest, and if you collect all ham chat words and all ham songs, which is the 100% category. Yeah, this adorable little RPG, easy to pick up. So if you want to check it out, I'll be gladly of help. Thank you BSG for having me here, and I'll throw it back over to our host. See you guys.